When I started my business in 2018, I was still employed. I worked for 25 hours a week. Yes, I worked from home and I was a sales consultant. So basically, what I did is I had to call people and to make sales over the phone. I was selling a marketing system, in effect, really a business database with contact information to actual businesses here in New Zealand. And on top of that, I had a 1.5-year-old that went to preschool for only 18 hours a week. So, on top of that, I had to actually make up those 25 hours, which was technically my admin time, and I could spend that in the evenings. But I also had a 5-year-old that was in preschool at least for 4 days a week. So, where did I find the time to actually start a business? Because on top of that, I had to do all the other menial tasks around the house, like anything to do with family care and cooking and all of those type of things. I had to go and find out where I can spend my time in the best possible ways. So I went on Google, like any other person will do, and I'm like, how do I manage my time effectively? And one of the things that I have implemented ever since then has served me very, very well. And interesting enough, when I joined Alex Sharfin's coaching program a couple of years ago, he was talking about this. He had a whole module on training on how to spend your time effectively. And it is exactly the same thing that I came across back in 2018. And I honestly can't even remember whose YouTube channel I found this on. I want to say it's Thomas Frank. Maybe, maybe not. You guys can go and check him out on YouTube. He's pretty good when it comes to time management stuff. But this is what I did. You can see it with the screen that I'm sharing now. It's called a time study. And what you do is you are recording every 15 minutes of your day. Yes, I'm going to ask you to spend more time to see where you spend your time, but it is so effective. I do this check with myself every quarter, and it is amazing where you fall off the wagon and you spend your time on things you shouldn't. Now, you can say, Joy, I'm busy. I don't have time for this. Maybe you should watch Netflix only once a week and not all week. Or maybe you should ask somebody else to do other things in your business where you can. Or maybe you can hire somebody to do the menial tasks that you really should not be doing. And by this list, which is the time study, I have come to realize that there's lots of little things that I'm doing that I can get help on with my family. I even went so far to create a book called The Parental Chaos Code. Now, this book, I actually sold it on Amazon. I don't even think I sold any copies, to be honest, because I never advertised it. But I had downloaded, or people have downloaded, the digital version of this quite a lot of times. And this just went through to all the things that you can do to save time. That's really what this is. And I created this book when the 2020 pandemic happened because there was a lot of parents that came to me and said, Joy, how on earth are you managing homeschooling and you've got a 3-year-old and you're running a business and you've got your podcast, you're doing all these things. How do you actually manage it? And then I realized, oh, wow, I have been doing this for 2 years. So for me, when the pandemic hit and, we had less time in the day, I did not struggle with that because I already had my systems in place. But most people did not because I knew, and I am very careful where I actually spend my time. So, unfortunately, if you don't look where you spend your time and you don't have that intention, then you're going to struggle. And another thing with time management that I've learned over the year is that you need to be very selfish on where you spend your time. Any minute that you spend on something or somebody that's not going to give yourself value or your family value or your business value, you need to cut that out. And I used to just give my time. It's like, oh, yeah, I'll help you with this and I'll help you with that and I'll help you with that. And at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm spending 50 hours a week on work stuff, but technically it should only really be 10 or 15 hours. So have a look and see where you are spending your time. Make sure that the intention on the time that you spend is very, very clear. And also, this works for your staff. I'm very cautious. Like when I'm focusing on something, I close the door or it's my intention, and that's the time that I spend. So, time management will be your friend. This time study will be your friend. And I mean, it's not just things that comes into your business, it's things in your personal life. Maybe you can hire a gardener to mow your lawn, even if it's just 2 times a month. And in between, you can do the other things. So think of where you spend your time, how you can spend it wisely, but most importantly, how you can be more productive in your business so you can achieve the goals. That's going to bring you closer to where you want to be. And I'll see you guys in the next video.